All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to good afternoon, good evening. It's evening here, and I know most of you in the states. It will be afternoon for you. If it's morning, then good morning. I hope you are all doing very well. All right. I hope you can hear me as well. Cool. Let me know where you are tuning in from today in the comment section. All right, let's see where you're tuning in from, and let's begin today's session. Last week I was not able to come online simply because it was my wedding anniversary, my fourth year wedding anniversary. So myself and my wife, we went out, took that day off, and then went out and had fun. This week I'm back again, and let's see what we have for this week. Now, the last time we did our session, I talked about when to sit on your hands or when not to take a trade, because that's very important. If you learn how to know when not to do anything, you will save more, or you're going to save yourself more trouble than actually being in the market all the time, right? And one of the things one of the things that I did mention was NFP week, right? So when we have NFP for that particular week, I tend not to do much. Um, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be short term in nature. So this week, I predominantly didn't do much. I took, I think, two trades, actually three. One of them being gold, which stopped me out. And then I took one on oil, and I took one on GBP USD, which I'm still in. Is in a bit of a drawdown, but that's fine because I think going into tomorrow, the news coming out might go in my favor. I did not risk much, so I'm not gonna lose sweat on that one, or actually not gonna lose sleep on that, because part of the protocol is if I'm going to take a trade, it's going to be a very small risk. All right. So this week I didn't do much in terms of Enigma as well, but only one trade did Enigma gave that went in the direction that I was expecting, and that is the Euro Yen. I'm sorry, Euro CAD. Right. So when the week started on Monday, I had, you can see I have my magnet here, and I had this low highlighted, meaning that price was going to attack this low. So when the week started, that was where I was expecting price to go. So we started the week off from here, right there. Okay, so that's where the week started, and that was my target, right? And if you drop down to the 1 hour time frame and turn on Enigma, you'll see that Enigma is going to give a trade to go and target that low. So for this week, this was the only trade that Enigma gave that, in my opinion, was valid for a sell, right? because I had my target to the downside. So anytime Enigma gave a trade, it was with the direction that I was expecting. All right. Apart from that, I didn't actually take this trade, but I'm showing you what Enigma gave in terms of my trade ideas that I was expecting, and that's the only one I paid attention to. It gave some trades on the Euro card. I'm sorry, on the card yen, but again, I did not do anything with this because of the protocol that I run with during the course of the week, NFP week. All right. So this week, I'm gonna give you reasons why you wanna join FX Mastery as per uh, my description in the today's session. I'm gonna give you reasons why you wanna join Elevated FX and also why you have to learn how to trade. Okay, so I'm gonna give you first of all um, the idea or the thing that I showed you the last time where I gave it for free that you can use to get trade ideas. I'm going to show you it's super powerful, and if you've not been using it, I think you're cheating yourself because it's happening every single week. At least there's a pair that is doing that thing. All right, so let's hide Enigma for today, and go through normal price action. And all I'm trying to show you is that if you want to take your trading to the next level, okay, we have got all the necessary information that if you are only serious in taking your trading to the next level, then you want to join us, the Elevated FX. We've got the FX Mastery package, which once you get that, the knowledge that you're going to gain is going to put you to a different level. Okay, plus we've also got the funding accounts that we're not just going to track you straight away in trading the funding account. You're going to make sure that you actually go through the process of the learning, and then once you've gained enough you gain enough knowledge and we can know that you can actually pass the funding account, then we can let you go ahead. Okay, we're just not going to give you a funding account because it's available. No, we're going to make sure that you can actually um, understand what you've been taught and you can do it before you can actually trade the funding account. All right. Okay, so without further delay, let's go and show you what I did with the knowledge that I gave you, I think 4 weeks ago. And if you remember, it's always going to be what I want to show you today is actually on this one. I don't want to reveal it yet. So let's do this. So we are looking for something like this. And then we want price to come for this low and then give us a rejection. Okay. That's all we are looking for in price on all time frames. All right. So this week, this is what I identified. So we had this low and that low. Okay. You can see this low went below that low and then they swept it with this one. Now I got two trades, right? One was to go and take out this low, and I took it off from the 1 hour time frame, and it's the same idea. Let me show you how that trade came about. So it's this high and that high. If you can hear someone snoring, that's my little boy. He's not feeling well. He's got a bit of cold, and yeah, that's why he's snoring his head off because he's not feeling well. I was actually planning not to do a live session today because he likes to cry every now and then when he sleeps because he cannot breathe properly. Anyway, all right. So we had this higher high, price went above it and then rejected on the lower time frame. It broke market structure, and then I got an entry and I held on to it to go and attack this low. And then once this low was taken on the lower time frame again, it gave a buy, a bullish order block right here. Not that. Right here, that was the break in market structure, right? We have this high, went right for that low, and then a break above it right there. That was the entry for a buy, and I'm still long. I'm looking to collapse it because this high was another high. So if they go above it, something like that might happen in terms of a trade idea might happen above that high. So I'm looking to collapse it, but I think tomorrow morning, because that's a substantial move. I had a big move to the downside and a big move to the upside, so I'm looking to collapse the trade. Okay, so what I shared for free is happening every single week. You just have to identify it on the charts. I think there was another one that formed on the yen pairs. Let me see if I can find it for you. It was I think it was on Aussie yen. Here, yes. Let's go into the H4. If you find this high, got raided here, and then that high. Okay, and then price went above this high and immediately dropped. And the last time that I gave this, I said that once you see that, once they go for the second high, immediately, if you have an up candle and they close below the up candle, right, that is going to give you a sell idea. So you want to sell as soon as we close below the down candle right here. So once this candle closes, next candle, you want to sell short the low of the up candle, and your stop loss goes above this, and you can see this was my target. Didn't quite get there, but that's fine. Let's get rid of the magnet right here. That was where I was targeting, and it didn't quite get there, so I had to get out of the trade. Obviously, it gave a bullish order block here. As soon as it gave the bullish order block, if you don't know what a bullish order block is, it's the last down candle prior to the move up. As soon as they gave that candle, that was it, out of the trade. Okay, and these are all just examples to show you the power behind what I've shared to you guys free here, and it's happening every single week. All right. I think there was one more on let me check over here. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. So we had this high, taken. Let's go into the H4. I like the H4 ones because the H4 ones always gives a bigger drop. Okay, if you look for the H4 levels, they like to give bigger movement. Right, you can do it on all time frames. Daily is powerful, right? Daily is awesome, but the H4 is what during the course of the week you're gonna get a big move. So if you're expecting some form of a big move to happen on the on during the course of the week, then use the H4 time frame. So price went above this high, drop. That high, you highlight that. As soon as price goes over it, you're expecting a drop. So once we trade below an up candle here, Okay, this is when it trades below an up candle. Right here, it did not do that, and it came right back up again. This is when it offered that, and then you get a trade right here with this candle, and then you target this low. Okay, so on this side, that's how you get your trade using the information that I've given to you guys here. All right, now I'm showing you this again because I want to give you reasons why you want to join FX, Elevated FX, and our FX Mastery course, because it's jam-packed with a lot of information that pertains to what the market is actually doing on a weekly, daily, monthly basis. Okay, now let me show you one more, and then we go into what I want to show you for today. Let's go to the indices again. Let's go to US 30. I actually had a level marked out today. US 30, there is. Let's go down and then show you 1, 2, right? So you have this low being taken. Let's remove that. And then that low being taken. And then the response, boom. When do you get an entry? You can use 1 hour time frame. And then as soon as we trade above the down candle, it's the last down candle, this one. So as soon as we trade above it, that is your trade. You can look for long right here with the stop loss, and I target this right there. Okay, so that's how you use the information that I've given. Now you can look at all time frames and you'll be shocked how many times you will see this kind of thing happening. We have one here, high, 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 high. Price goes above this high, it drops below the last up candle, you sell short, and then off it goes. All right. So with all this information that I've given, you now know how to do it. I've done it three times now. Every week I'm doing one, so you should know how to use it. One more here, high, 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 go above it, drops. Okay, see if I can find one more, high, 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 it goes above it, drop. Let's see if you can find a low and a lower low. This is the 1 hour time frame, right? So it's not going to be that powerful, because on the 1 hour time frame, it's going to be dependent on the higher time frame. So I recommend, like I said, H4 and up. So let's see if we can find one more. We do have something in here. So this high is going to be important. We went above that high. If we mark out this high, you can see it went above it and then spent several times above this high, and then subsequently just drop down. All right, so that's the now let me just give you the name. We call it high resistance liquidity run. High resistance liquidity run. What does it mean? It means that high that you're seeing, that I'm marking out, is high resistance in nature. What does high resistance mean? It means that price is not supposed to go up here. Okay, that's what it means. It means that price is not supposed to go up here. So if price does go up there, it's going to cause that. All right, there's more to it, but for now, that's all I can give you. It's high resistance in nature, meaning price is not supposed to go up here. So if price find itself up there, then it should come down. But we don't just sell straight away as price goes there. We wait for certain things to happen, which is, if you're patient, wait for the last up candle above this high for price to close below. As soon as price closes below, then you can go short. Right? So that's the high resistance in nature. HRLR, high resistance liquidity run. Okay. Now let's go into what I wanted to share with you guys today. And this is going to be one of the things you will get in the live sessions that I do on a regular basis. Okay. Every week, there's 2 sessions that I do. You get you're gonna get understanding in price like you're getting here, more and even more. Okay, so today, what do I want to share with you? I want to share some trick. What trick do I want to share with you? Very powerful trick. Are you ready for the trick? Let's go. Now, this trick is on the daily time frame. Okay, you're gonna find this trick on the daily time frame, and what this trick is basically it not in the, you can apply it on the indices. Okay, sorry for that little break. The king was trying to wake up, so I decided to go quiet so that he doesn't wake up, because if he does, he's gonna cry, and I don't want him to cry, because if he starts crying, then I'll have to kind of attend to him. Okay, the trick I'm going to show you, it usually happens most of the time on the currency market, but it does happen on the indices as well. Okay, you can apply it on anything, but have it in mind that mostly it's going to be on the currency market. Okay, and let's go here. This is the trick. Now, sometimes if you've noticed in price, okay, on the daily time frame, this is specifically for the daily time frame. Now, everything that I teach or I show you is happening on all time frames, but I give you specific time frames because that's the ones that is going to give you your highest probability. Okay, that's the one that's going to give you your highest probability. Now, you can do it on anything that you want, but on any time frame, the the um, the results is not going to be as the same as the one I'm giving you, the time frame that I'm giving you. All right. Okay. So on the daily time frame, sometimes you will notice that price, and it can also happen on the weekly. But because the weekly takes a lot of time, I don't like using on the weekly. I like the daily. Price will form a swing high. Okay, or it will form a swing low. You can turn this around and it will be the same, but I'm using a swing high. You can use the same as a swing low. Price will form a swing high on the daily time frame, and then as soon as it forms the high, right? As soon as it forms this swing high, the next candle, right? The next candle that is going to come, right? People are going to look to sell short, because what's happening here, and I'm going to quickly cut this one off. What's happening here is that price is trying to turn around, right? In the lower time frame, you are going to see something like this. Okay, the price is turning around, but because once price breaks down is so quick, people will try to chase this because they did not get the sell up here, and they only see it going down from here. And I'm guilty, it happens to me as well. Right? But obviously I know the trick, so it doesn't play with my psyche anymore. But before, it did play with my psyche quite a lot. And that's when I did start going into looking into it more in depth to kind of understand why he's doing that. So price goes above a high and then it breaks down, like here. Okay, it goes above this high and then it breaks down. So you can view this drawing here as what I've just drawn there. Okay, so let me draw it properly. So you have price going up, and then it forms something like this, and then down. Okay, that's the image you're seeing there. So when that happens, because we broke down quickly, a lot of people are gonna jump on trying to sell short on this to go down. But what will end up happening is that um, they're going to end up being caught up, because price will try to come back up again, because we've just broken market structure, right? And they try to come back up again, so that anyone that try to go short chasing this, they'll be caught up in the drop, and then price will come back up again. And then in coming back up, usually if you chased it here, you will be you'll be sweating, right? Because you did not sell short up there. Okay, maybe you try to go long and then price went against you, and then it dropped. You try to go short and then price goes against you. So at this stage, you'll be in a state of confusion. Okay, at that stage, you'll be in a state of confusion and thinking what actually happened, because you're trying to go long and then price went against you. You're trying to go short and then price went against you. And it's a typical week, like this week here. NFP is a typical week that does these kind of price scenarios. All right. So what happens is that when this happens, price is just trying to turn around, but because there are not enough sales or enough orders to send price down, they try to come back up again to pick up more orders. Usually it's going to go above this high, or they're going to create, and I'm going to bring back the candles that I had earlier. So it's going to create an up candle, right? And then that up candle will finish for the day. Okay, that up candle will finish for the day. And what will happen the next day is they're going to open, they're going to take out the high of that previous day candle, and then price will then drop. All right. Or another thing that can happen is that they will actually go up and take out this high. Okay, they'll go up and take out this high and then close for the day, and then next day price will just open. Now this is more a little bit advanced, so don't worry, because if this is maybe you're trying to catch the high of that day, right? But the way I view this is that not all the time. Okay, I'm gonna show you, but it's not gonna happen all the time. But usually this is what they'll do. Now, like I said, it's not gonna happen all the time. Don't look for it, because you're not gonna catch that. It's not important for you to catch it. But what will happen is, if you divide if you divide this candle's high, if they do go for this high, then they don't have to go for this high anymore. But if they don't go for that high, if they don't go for this high, then yes, they will take out this high. Before price goes down, they will take out this high. Okay, so you're gonna watch and see which high do they take. Do they take this one? If they take this high before the candle closes, then next day this high will not be taken because they've already killed out anyone that went short. Most people's stop loss would be above that day's high, right? And then price will just continue going down. Okay, but if they don't, then this is how the candle is going to end. What is this? It's an inside candle. Inside candle is price not taking out the previous day's high and the previous day's low. So this becomes an inside candle. This one here, inside this candle, previous day high and low, right? But if they go for this, then that's not an inside candle. That means next day is going to be normal price action. So if this happens, then where this high of the day is generally going to form, and it's not going to be all the time, but you can look for it. Okay, if you want to look for precision, you can look for it. You want to measure the the closing price to the high. You want to measure the closing price to the high like this. Okay, and then find 50%. If price goes above 50%, you want to sell short. Okay, if price goes above that 50%, you want to sell short and leave your stop loss above this high because price is not supposed to go up here. Okay, price is not supposed to go up there. So if you find that 50% between this and that, the closing price and the high, mean threshold, that's where you are anticipating. So this candle will probably, this will not exist when you do the analysis. No, that's not what I was trying to do. Okay. That candle will probably not exist. This candle will not exist when you're doing your analysis, right? So as soon as I'm showing you example because there's one happening on GBP USD. So I want to give you a heads up on what can potentially happen tomorrow. Okay, I'm trying to show you something that can happen tomorrow on GBP USD. Okay, that's why I'm giving you this teaching, and I'm giving it to you because I did see it. You know, I can see it happening, and I've seen lots of examples. So I decided to, today go through it and give you what, not just on this pair, but it can happen on all other pairs, right? So before the next day, this is what I'm doing, or tomorrow, this is what I'm doing. And then I'll highlight the 50%. Okay. And then what I'll do next is I'll start looking for my next day candle. We open, and then I'll start looking for price to pull back up into this level and higher, 50% and up. That's where I want to sell short, leave my stop loss here, and expect price to go down. So this is how I expect the candle to be. Now with the drop, okay, it's not going to be exaggerated like this, but that's how I want to see it. It can be something like this, and then we can have a continuation to the downside. Okay, or we can just have one drop and then a continuation to the downside, something like this. Okay, now the reason why this happens is because, again, when they turn price around, okay, people are gonna chase it. It's something that happens if you've not paid attention. It has probably happened to you before that you are expecting price to move, and you don't see it moving, you only come to realize that it's already on its way, right? You only come to realize that it's already on its way, and then you're gonna chase it, and then it's gonna snap back at you. Okay, this has happened to me countless times. Okay, that's why I spent some time trying to figure out why it's doing that. Okay, I try to figure out why it's doing that, because I'm the sort of person that if something happens in the market and I don't understand it, I go and investigate. Okay, I go and investigate, and then I have it down, and then I can teach you, because I'm the sort of person, I like being the experienced man. I want to go through that experience so I can use it to teach other people so that they can also be aware. Okay, so it has happened to me several times, and then I thought, okay, let me see why he's doing what he's doing. And then I realized that anytime it breaks down, I try to chase it, and then it goes up, and then I close the trade, and then it goes down. Okay, so that's how I came about actually knowing what I'm showing you right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go into price now and then show you some examples. All right, so that's the theory. I had it there this afternoon. I did it way, I think, in the morning, in preparation for tonight's session. So let's go into price, and I've already said, right, this can be an example for actually tomorrow. Okay, this can be an example for tomorrow, but let me go and show you a couple of examples so that you can be empowered. So let's go up, let's go up, let's go up. Here is, let's cut this one off and then see what happened here. Okay, so we have price form a swing high. Okay, 1, 2. Now I did not give you variations, but this is also a swing high. Okay, it can be 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2. This is actually engulfing, which is very powerful. If you know a bit about engulfing candles, that's very powerful. So notice that price forms that, and then straight away next candle people try to sell this. Now let me actually go into the lower time frame so you can see how it does it. Okay, so this is a bit of psychology. It has a bit of psychology to it, because what is going to happen here right there is people are long. Okay, everybody is long, price is going up. We've taken out this high. Anyone that did not buy down here, they're going to try to buy this as soon as it breaks out above this high. So what is it going to do? It traps them and it drops down quickly. Okay, and then it goes down very quick. Once it does that, okay, people are now going to realize, no, damn, this thing is not going up. Then they're going to do what? They're going to sell, because they've realized that price is not going to go up anymore. Okay, but they're not going to sell here, because who is going to sell here? No one, because this is a pullback. You'll be thinking this is a pullback to go back up, because according to the markets, market trades in, I think, 3 or 4 different ways. Either we take out a high and we go down, or we've made a new high, it's going to come back and then go up. Or we've taken out a low and it's going to go up, or we've taken out a low, it's going to go up and it's going to go down. That's it. That's all price is doing all the time. So when it makes this new high and it's pulling back, this is the idea most traders will have. It's pulling back to go up again. So when it's coming, no one is thinking of selling, unless you are clued up. No one is thinking of selling. And if you're clued up, you, like I've given you recently, high, we take it out, you sell. Okay, that's how you get clued up with elevated FX. Okay, and then you sell. But people will be thinking, I want to go long here, and then price will do what? Will go against them. Now, when price goes against them and it takes out this low, this is when people will be interested in selling, because the range, if this is the range they're trying to buy and it breaks this range, okay, smart money traders, will try to sell this as a breaker, including myself, right? I'll sell this as a breaker. And then what will price do? Price will decide not to do that. But all this while, look at the time frame you are on a 4-hour time frame. You are not looking at the daily to see what's actually happening. Right? That's why I said this is a daily time frame thing, because it's hidden. Not a lot of people will actually turn their time frame to the daily to see what is happening on the daily. They're just gonna get stuck on this lower time frame, thinking it's gonna give them all the solution to their trading. So once price takes out this low, guess what? Now it's gonna pull back, because people are gonna chase this drop here, right? And it's gonna pull back, and that's what it did. So if you go onto the daily, this is how it's gonna look like. So we had price goes up and then it drops, forming a swing high. Okay, so what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next is people are going to say, okay, now we don't know what to do, because we went up and then it stops us out. We went down, we tried to chase it, and then it stopped us out. They don't know what to do next. But this is where this comes in. Okay, they're only doing that because usually the sell was not enough, so they're going to come back up again only to go down. So in this case, price only came back up to go down, right? So let's see what happened. Next day, what does price do? It opens, it takes out this high. It opens, all right? It takes out this high. So that's the other alternative. It did not take out this high, so that becomes it's not an inside candle. Okay, it took out this low, so that's not an inside candle. This is a different scenario where price went, the low of this candle was actually lower, which is good. If it's not inside candle, which is good. When it's an inside candle, yes, it's good, because this will present a big drop. But if it's this, it's even better, because that this low is going to be a target. As soon as they take out this high, this low is going to be a target. Okay, so they take out this high, and then this low becomes a target. They take out this high, and this low becomes a target. So next day, that's what price did. So I'm going to drop down the lower time frame so you see how it did. Now, you're going to use the British pound tomorrow as an example, because it's happening right there and then. So tomorrow, you're going to witness for yourself what is going to happen. Right now, I'm not giving you a trade idea. I'm not saying tomorrow go and sell your house and go and sell your car and go and put it on it. That's not what I'm saying. I want you to witness it. I want you to look at it and then learn how it's going to play out, so that you can gain confidence in it. Maybe next time that it happens, then you can, actually do something with it. But just use tomorrow's price action to learn what I'm showing you today. So we go into the lower time frame, and this is what happened. So that was the previous day's high. We open, they take that high out, and then boom, it drops. All right, let's go back to the daily, and then the rest is history. Okay, so that's what you'll be looking for. Let's see if I can find another example. And And the reason why you don't see it more often on the buy side is because when they are buying, it's usually very smooth. In the case of buying, I've seen that it doesn't happen more often. It's usually on the sell side that I see this happening most of the time. Okay, so when you go to do your back testing, you are going to find more examples on the sell side than on the buy side, right? Let's go play this one out. Okay, let's go back in time, see if I can find an example. Now, there is more to it because, I've ignored this level here. I did not talk to you about this level. Okay, there is something here. And that's the part that is reserved for the FX Mastery members. Okay, this part, I'm ignoring that part because that is what will give you the context. Okay, because without this, there's nothing like this. Right. In the case of the British pound, you can see I have a level there. Right, I have a level here. So that's why the context is there. If we don't have this, then there's no context, right? But this one is reserved. If you want to know what this is, you have to join me in the FX Mastery. You have to join me at Elevated FX, and then I'll give you that missing piece, because that missing piece is what makes this work. Okay, but you can actually do your homework and then find out what it is. Okay, so if you want to do your homework and find out what that is, you're more than welcome. Okay, but if you want easy peasy for me to show you, then join me at Elevated FX, and then I'll give you the missing piece. All right, so let's look for more examples. Actually, let's change and go to a different pair, and let's go and find an example. There was an example here, but this time it did not take out the previous day's high. Right here, zoom in so you can see it. Okay, we have the swing high next day, as soon as next day comes, but this time it did not take out this high. I would have loved them to take out this high on that day. I would have loved them to take out this high. Okay, but not to worry. Look over here, down candle, last up, next day takes out this high, and then boom, we drop. Okay, let's see. Let's zoom out and find more examples. Do one right here. Swing high formed. Next day, people are going to chase it. This ends up being an up candle. Right. Next day, open, boom, takes out the high and then down. So your trade is on this particular day. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's find the levels. Okay, there's one here. This one actually took some time, but eventually it did the same thing. We formed a swing high. Next day, inside candle. Next day, inside candle, still valid. Next day, takes out that high, and then the next candle, boom, to the downside. Right? Context was right there. So I'm giving you a hint. There's another one here. Candle, swing high, next candle goes up. So people were chasing this drop, and they got caught with that. Next day takes out this high, rejection, and then boom, down we go. Okay, context was there. Let's see. Here, right there. Swing high, people chasing this, goes up. Next day takes out this high, rejection, and then down, 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 down we go. Same thing happened here. Swing high, next day trying to chase it, doesn't go down, takes out this high, boom, and then drop. Right? I can go on and on and on and on and on and show you so many examples. So what I'll suggest you do is actually go into price and then find lots and lots and lots of examples on every pair out there. Okay, because it happens on every pair. And it's not just Forex. Like I said, it happens on everything that moves, but it's going to happen mostly on Forex. And you have to have the context. Okay. If you're missing the context, then you might miss the actual storyline on how to identify them. Okay. So the context has to be there. There's one here. Swing high. Confirmed. Next day. Inside. Takes out this high. Drop, 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 drop. Drop, 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 drop. Down. Okay, it's something that if you don't pay attention to, it will. It's done to me several times. Okay, and that's why I spend some time trying to understand why it does it. Because if you don't pay attention, right? Um, if you don't pay attention, it can screw you up. Sorry for my language. It can screw you up because what price is trying to do is essentially trying to play games with your mind. Okay. Like, for example, New Zealand dollar, right? Yesterday we had a big drop. Okay. Everybody was expecting a continuation to the downside, right? Everybody who did not look for a continuation, whoever did not look for a continuation to the downside on New Zealand dollar today actually isn't a trader. Okay. If you did not look for a continuation to the downside on New Zealand dollar today, you are not a trader because I don't know what you'll be looking for with this drop here. I don't know who was buying because this drop here does not say it's going up, right? So people are going to start looking for it, especially those who missed the move up here. They're going to try to sell. This was 8 a.m. Yesterday, 8 a.m. If you wake up and you see this candle, man, you'd be like, I've missed the whole move. I'm gonna just sell short and target this equal low. Especially for us, money traders, we like targeting equal lows, right? So you're gonna sell here thinking, yeah, you're gonna target this low. What does price do? No, it says I'm not doing that, and it goes up. Okay, so that's where price is. But if you turn on to the daily, what is it doing? It's actually just an inside day. So what can happen? I know we don't have a red candle here, but it's the same thing. Okay, it's a swing high. This happened to be an down candle, but it's the same idea. So you're gonna highlight this high, and you're gonna expect them to go above that high, and then drop. Okay. Let's see. And again, the reason why I said that it doesn't happen often on the downside, if you're gonna do your back testing, you will not see mostly on the downside, simply because when price is going up, there's a different mechanism that takes price up. I've not seen price, in my experience, I've not seen price form a swing low and then the next day is going to be an inside candle. It rarely does it. Okay. But on the upside, they do. For some reason, I don't know why, but on the upside, they like doing that. But on the downside, they don't. Okay. Let's go into a different pair. Let me show you a trade that I'm riding. I'm riding a 9 straight here. This is a trade I took, I think, 3 days ago. But I got a nice sniper entry there. Let's see if we can find examples on this one. Let's look for the context. Yep, we have a couple of examples up here. Swing down, next candle takes out the previous day's high, then down. So you can see where I was pointing you to put your stop loss. If you leave the stop loss above the swing high itself, it's never gonna get there. Okay, if the context is right, it's not gonna get there. Okay, so if you're selling above the up candle after the down candle confirming the swing, then your stop loss is protected. All right. Let's look for the framework again. This was a beautiful one. Right, swing high confirmed. Next candle goes up. This one did not take out its high, but eventually it just collapsed. Right, and that was the beginning of a big drop. Let's look for the context. Nice one in here. This was a down candle, but same thing. Goes above that high and then drop. And this is one of the examples that I was talking about. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it looks cool. Okay, you measure the high to the low, and then you sell above the 50%. Okay, it's something that is cool. It's not necessary to look for it, but if it's there, it just makes you look cool. You can post it online. I caught the high of the day. It just makes you look cool, but it's not necessary. Yeah, I think pretty much that's it. Okay, so today you've learned something new, and I said we have one actually trying to manifest itself on the pound today. Right, so you can see I already have my lines there. I was actually looking out for, on the lower time frame, I was looking out for them to not breach this last up candle's main threshold. That's why I had that highlighted. So going into tomorrow, the fact we've actually gone into tomorrow anyway. So the fact that we went above this high, it means that this high is not supposed to be breached. So that's why I've got that level there. We're not supposed to breach that high. All right. Therefore, we should see a rejection to go up. If it's gonna go up, then between this and that, 50% should be my maximum that they should go, and then price should go down. So if I look on the lower time frame and to find out what is here, you can see we can't literally. Now I'm doing analysis for you, right? I'm turning this into analysis. We have this low, high, low, high, high, break. So you have something like this, meaning price has formed a high high. So this high and that high, right? So we have two highs, meaning we are going down. So if it's going to go up, it's going to come back to, I don't know where it's going to turn around. Wherever it turns around to start coming back up, that will be your range. And then you look for at least above 50%. You can see this is a 50% on the daily. Okay, so they should not be breaching that high. So whatever happens, if they start coming back up, this down candle should be 8, and it forms right there. So this candle should be 8, and then it should go down. All right, but like I said, do not go and bet the farm on it. Do not go and say, okay, IT said this is what is going to happen tomorrow, therefore I'm going to go and then bet my house and my cars and everything on it. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is there's a high probability that this is going to drop. I want you to observe it and study it and then learn it. And then once you understand it going forward, you can actually start looking for it. Okay. So that brings me to the end of today's session. I hope you have learned something new. I'm doing this all the time in Elevated FX. And it's a live session where you get to ask questions. You get to obviously do it in person as well with me. I can let you do it in person. We back test it together, and then you go and do it yourself. Okay. So if you want more source, if you want to understand about price, if you want to learn and push your trading to the next level, FX Mastery is where it's all happening. I've actually designed a course. Smart money trading is coming out. It's actually out right now. I'm gonna drop the link to our website where you can get access to the FX Mastery course. I teach all of this in there. I also have other price action models. I think I have 4 of them that you can get your hands on and basically start applying it. Over the course of time, I'll do a kind of a release of some free bonuses on these sessions that I do on Thursdays, just to convince you. Actually, I don't have to convince you. You will see the evidence yourself, and the evidence will tell you whether you want to join us or not. And if you think trading is hard, then you've just found the easiest way. All you need is to be disciplined, and then you can apply all the tools that we're giving. And if you join the FX Mastery, we also have the mindset guru. He is going to change your mindset. He actually helped me with my mindset as well, because trading is all about your mindset. So part of the FX Mastery package, you're going to get FX Mastery for the mind as well, so that whilst you're learning the things that you're learning with me and with my other 2 colleagues, the sniper and the teacher, Mr. Tirado, you are going to be transformed. And with the mindset, which mindset guru is going to give you, is going to put you on a different level. You're going to be elevated to the food chain, because that's all we're trying to do here. Try to give you the best in terms of education, so that you can go out there and be a king in the market. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drop the link to access FX Mastery, or to join us at Elevated FX. Now, I've shown you lots of examples of trade ideas, lots of reasons why you want to join us and learn more about price action. Okay, and then Enigma is also being Enigma is doing amazing. So you're gonna get Enigma, you're gonna get FX Mastery, you're gonna get FX Mindset, you're gonna get the sniper giving you 1 minute time frame entries, and you're gonna get the pullback pips, which Mr. Torrado is a genius. He's also gonna show you how you can use that to help with your trading. Not just that, he's got some other awesome tools that if you join, okay, that's if you join, you have access to all of that, and it comes as a package. So I'm gonna drop the link, use the link and join us, and let's make ourselves great. Let's kill the market together. Right, so give me 1 second as I drop the link. There you go. The link has been posted. All you need will be on that page. Just hit me up. If you have any question, just drop in the comment section. I will go over it and then answer for you. If you have anything you want to know when it comes to trading, anything at all, when it comes to mindset, risk, whatever you want to know, okay, I'm here for you, and I'll help you get to where you want to get to. And the sky is not the limit. You are your own limit. So open up your mind, join us, and we will make you great. All right. So until next week, stay blessed, take care of yourselves, and then I will see you guys next week for another session. Have a very good evening, and I'll see you soon.